Yes, good afternoon. Sava here from Football Heritage TV. Tottenham Hotspur scrape past Luton to go top of the Premier League. And I will say scrape past some iffy moments there from a game that we probably should have had dead and buried within inside 10 minutes, but we didn't. And fair play to the players, ended up playing with 10 men and ended up grinding out a win. Another example of resilience and unity. Was it pretty? No. Did we win? Yes. Are we top of the table? Yes. Are we unbeaten? Yes. So many positives to take from today. Some worries as well, but that's to be natural. Just because you win a game doesn't mean that everything is brilliant. There's always tweaks. Postecoglou will know that. But again, Tottenham Hotspur have come through another Premier League game, their 8th Premier League game unscathed. 6 wins, 2 draws. Spurs are top of the league for the time being at least. And we can't be overtaken until tomorrow when the Premier League games kick in. Or we could end the weekend on top, depending on the way those results go. Let's look at today's game. Today's game was very, very interesting. The first 5 minutes, I'm thinking to myself, we could have scored 10 here. We could have scored 9, 10. We were flying, creating chance after chance after chance. Richarlison, I don't want to get into how bad he is. Everyone knows my feelings on Richarlison. Again, he's not a centre forward. He can't score goals. He's not good enough with his feet. And he was the main culprit for 2 gilt-edged chances. The first one that flashed to the back post, and he just couldn't angle his shot into the goal. Looked quite simple. Just 2 minutes later, he's through on goal, just the keeper to beat, and a very tame, weak effort that the keeper pushed away. However, Son blazed chances over the bar. Maddison did. Kulusevski had a good shot as well, which was saved by their keeper. And you're thinking to yourself, this is going to be a really, really long day for Luton Town. Not quite how the half ended. Luton rode that storm. And you know what they say in football? You've got to score while you're on top. If you don't, it can be a difficult day. The other team can go and score. Now, thankfully, Luton Town didn't go and score, but you could see them growing into the game with that pace and power from Adebayo, Ogbean, Colton Morris. They were starting to get into the game without really threatening us apart from an offside goal. Again, there was multiple offsides, I think, within that build-up. But we started to let them into it. And what we started to see in the first half was lots of sloppy passes. Romero with sloppy passes into midfield. Porro got caught a number of times with the ball. So did the doggy. James Maddison, Son, Sarr. All of them were getting caught. It was a very sloppy display after that first 10, 15 minutes. But that wasn't even the problem with the first half, was it? The problem from the first half came with Bissouma. What was he thinking? A moment of madness. And let's be fair, anybody in the world will have to agree it was a red card. Already booked, and he froze himself on the ground, and it wasn't even like he tried to hide it. It was a blatant throw himself to the ground, and the referee was right there. Boom. Second yellow, red card, see you later. And Bissouma has to take that on the chin and learn from that. Because let's be brutally honest, whether he's a Spurs player or not, we don't want to see that in football. We don't want to see diving. We don't want to see red cards because players have simulated. So we went into half-time, disgraceful from Bissouma, and you're thinking to yourself, what do you do? I think most people were saying, okay, cool. The first thing you've got to do is get Richie off and get a Højbjerg or a Skip on. And it's what he did. But I was expecting us to shut up shop a bit more, but we didn't. They got in behind a number of times. They looked threatening in the second half. Again, down the channels. I don't think we defended well down the channels today at all. The fullbacks were exposed. I thought we were poor in the air from the centre halves as well. But where we were good was our recovery tackles. Romero and Van der Ven with their recovery tackles with the pace getting back was very good. So what we weren't great in the air, we were very good on the ground. So for me, a very iffy day for our defence today. I thought there were very good moments. Then there were some moments where they were pulled apart. But it's a team game. And I would say they weren't really helped out by the players in front of them. Plus, we had 10 men. So ifs and buts and roundabouts and swings and all that kind of nonsense comes to mind. And you're thinking to yourself, they're going to score here, Luton. They started the second half like a house on fire. They had their chances. They didn't take them. And then a moment of brilliance from who else? James Maddison. Please never, ever, ever get injured, James Maddison. This man is the difference maker. This man, without him, we lose all manner of creativity and goal scoring opportunities. This guy is integral. Now, he didn't have the best game. Some of his passing, especially the first half, was off. He lost the ball. But when that one moment of magic was needed, he provided it. He got the ball inside the penalty area, beat his man for fun. He skinned his man for fun, pulled it back. Van der Ven with the turn and shot, 1-0. Mickey Van der Ven, of all people, in the penalty box with a goal. But James Maddison, thank you, because without you, this team, for me, lacks severe creativity. But we got the goal. Then it was a case of, can we hold on to this? And Luton pushed, and they pushed, and they pushed. But eventually, Luton ran out of ideas. They ran out of steam. I don't think they quite had that quality. They're a good, hard-working side. But do they have that quality? As I was always taught, do they have big guns? The Maddisons, the Sons, the Bissoumas, do they have those? Not quite. But fair play to them. I thought they made it very difficult for us. I thought they dug in. And listen, they're bound to give us a tough time. We were down to 10 men. No apologies from Spurs for me on this. Down to 10 men for our own stupidity. Bissouma's one of us. He was stupid. It was our stupidity. But we dug in. We bought on Davis. We bought on Royale. We bought on Bissouma. Skip. Then Valise came on and we were tough. We were rigid. We were resolute at the back. So was it pretty? No. Do we need to change things up? Of course, you can always improve. Were we at our best? No. Is it worrying that we weren't at our best? Probably not. Every team goes through this. But what was glaringly obvious again to me today is you can't lose those players. You can't lose a James Maddison. You can't. The moment he went off the pitch, I felt there was no creativity again. You can't lose the James Maddisons. You can't lose Romero's. You can't lose Bissoumas. And what it did start to show was that we don't have that depth on the bench and the players you're bringing on are weak. But we knew this. I'm not having a go. We knew this. We knew that going into the January transfer window, we've got to go and get another 2 to 3. Then in the summer again, another 2 to 3. Deadwood out. Better players coming in. But what we saw today was resilience. Did I enjoy the game? Not particularly, if I'm brutally honest. I didn't enjoy watching today's game. I thought it was very sloppy, the football we played after the first 10 minutes, but we were resilient. We dug in. We got the win, and that is what counts. We didn't play well and still managed to win. The headlines for today, Bissouma being an idiot. Now we move to the positives. A clean sheet. 8 games unbeaten. 8 games unbeaten. Top of the Premier League for the time being at least. And what I will do is show you this. If you look at the league table, what we're starting to do, I'm sure you can see there, what we're starting to do is a little bit of a gap. The points from us down to Newcastle, an 8-point gap, 7 points to West Ham. These are important gaps because these are the people we're going to be in European battles with. Now, you know me. I'm not going to sit here and be contradictory and say that we will win the league. I don't think we're winning a league, but I do think we can get Champions League football. And some of these teams we are going to be up against. We are going to be up against the Brightons, the Villas, the Newcastles, possibly if Man United can sort themselves out. Depends, can we get close to Arsenal and Liverpool by the end of the season? I don't know. We'll see. But that points gap right now is very important. Every time you gain points, you're moving further and further away if anyone slips up. So all in all, a good day at the office. Not a pretty day at the office, but a good day at the office. Unfortunately, we've now got the international break, but we can go into that with our head held high. Hopefully, we get players back. The niggly injuries that we've got, Bentancur will get fitter in the next 2 weeks. Hopefully, James Maddison won't play both games for England and can get some of his fitness back. We can get Brennan Johnson back fit. Solomon will be 2 weeks closer to being fit. So all in all, It's been a good start to the season. It's been a great start to the season. Can we keep it up? Excuse me. Can we keep it up? I'm not sure. I think it's a long season. I'm going to keep my feet on the ground. People calling me negative. I'm not. Keep my feet on the ground. Let's see how we go. I said the same thing about Arsenal last season. I'll say the same thing about us. Feet on the ground. Game by game, it's looking good. Can we keep it up? Let's hope so. Top of the table, 3 points, clean sheet. Come on, you Spurs. Please like, please subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock for the Spurs review. It's at 9 o'clock tomorrow for the Spurs review. And we will be doing a watch-along for Arsenal versus Man City earlier in the day at 4 p.m. Join us then. Thank you. And as always, come on, you Spurs.